Land. Shoreline. Sea. For over 4,000 years, native Palauans have honored and sustained their ancestral home. Taro fields, mangroves, and coral reefs are only some aspects of the land that they have carefully protected for generations. Our team, a group of film students from Taipei American School, are here to uncover not only what lies beneath the waves, but the heart of Palau. And so am I. I'm Sage, your host through this tropical haven. Our goal? To explore the interaction between traditional ecological knowledge and scientific research. Heightened global temperatures, rising sea levels, and coral bleaching are more than headlines. They're major threats to Palau's environment and economy. None of this is new to the locals. Their intergenerational knowledge has helped sustain the land and sea for centuries. Today, tradition and science meet not in opposition, but in dialogue. They protect what remains. This is Palau. I've always loved the ocean, but nothing could have prepared me for this. It really is like a whole nother world, an upside-down dreamscape that people don't even know is brimming beneath the surface. Each fish has its own personality. But first, we'll need a boat and a guide. Meet Quincy. He goes by Q for short. A seasoned fisherman, almost full-blood Palauan, and just a fun guy. I get to know him on our boat journeys, and I even have the opportunity to interview him.
And traditionally, it seems like there's a real symbiotic relationship with the Palauans and with the earth and with the reefs or with the mangroves.
Yep. So we Palauans, we tend to talk more about the environment, and we rely on the ocean. It really connects us to everything.
He tells me that for centuries, Palauans have practiced bull, a traditional law that restricts fishing in certain areas to let the reefs recover.
Being a fisherman is not only to catch a fish, it's also to feed your families. So it's a bigger impact if we lose them. Some of the places around the world have lost many of their fish species and other marine lives. And us, we still have them.
And just like that, we're under the sea. Giant clams, sea turtles, coral, and clownfish are only some of the incredible sights. It's truly beautiful. For all of my life, I'd been lectured about coral and ocean life dying out until it was drilled into my skull. But only after seeing with my own eyes, feeling with my own skin, did I understand what we were really losing.
When I was little, I remember the ocean filled with lots of marine lives. But since they started to build roads and all that, the sediment has been a big change to this ecosystem that we have. It's us humans that are the ones affecting these reefs and everything.
But the ocean's health depends on what happens at the water's edge.
The mangrove area is the biggest nursery for the fish. It's where the life cycle starts. The fish that will lay their eggs in the mangrove area, that's when they get to hatch. They end up in the bigger ocean or the open ocean.
Like these mangroves, locals like you are taking action to protect their homes, and Palau has become a global leader in marine conservation. When people understand what's at stake, change becomes possible. And after witnessing the beauty of Palau firsthand, I can't help but want to protect it too. Let's see how the latest developments in science can help Palau. When I heard I was going to meet the vice president of Palau Community College, I didn't know what to expect. A suit and tie? Instead, I got Tarzan. Sorry, did I say Tarzan? Meet Chris. coconut connoisseur, decorated scientist, and associate director of the college's science program, CRE.
Hey, Chris.
Welcome to Palau Community College. My background, of course, is a pharmacologist and a chemist, but focused really on the traditional components of that, natural product chemistry. So it was a natural flow-in for me to come into the place we call the Cooperative Research and Extension, because our office's focus is on agriculture, aquaculture, and extension programs all throughout Palau. Palauan women are sort of the leaders of our community in a matrilineal society, and their key crop is taro. It's where a lot of decisions are made. So a lot of our research is going to be looking at genetics and different types of plants and seeing how we can use the diversity and the similarities to improve health on the islands.
Let's get a better idea of how these programs incorporate modern science to supplement traditions like taro farming. I meet Elle and M, two scientists that have been carrying out Chris's research and discovering their own. They show me their project growing taro plants, giving me a personal tour through the taro patches, or mesay.
Yeah, so you can see here, this is where the taro is going to continue to grow, here in the mesay. And you can tell that these are different varieties because look, you can see some are purple, some have green stems, some have a mix of both colors.
Taro plants not only serve as a key food source in Palau, but also hold cultural significance, which the PCC's program is helping to keep alive.
The women that farm in the taro patch, they usually bring their young daughters with them, and that's where you usually get all that traditional knowledge. But nowadays, lots of the younger generation are not interested, and so this is part of our way to make sure that we keep the tradition of taro cultivation.
Taro plants from these fields are taken to the first stage of the program. This brings us to the Tissue Culture Lab, where new taro is grown and stored for the first 6 months to a year.
For example, this is a taro shoot. This variety is called Nominee. It's a local taro variety. Our goal is to produce 200 plantlets from this main plant.
The developed taro plants will be ready to move on to the greenhouse. Here, they can acclimate and adjust from the sterile conditions of the lab to their natural environment.
Yeah. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a dip, maybe like 1 centimeter down, and then just push the plant in. And
Okay,
that's it.
easy.
And then from there, they go back into the field. Yeah, and then when we need to do new cultures, we just go collect in the field, bring them back into the tissue lab. Yeah, so it's just a constant cycle.
Yeah.
But that's not all they're doing for Palau's taro. Elle shows me her research project, which uses a network of sensors all across the region to measure saltwater intrusion on taro crops.
This is our data logger, and then the solar panel is here, so it's running 24/7. So we have data collected every 15-minute intervals.
Right now we have 3 known varieties that are salt resistant or salt tolerant, but with the soil probe in those taro patches, we can see if there are other varieties, and then that way we can select certain varieties that are more resistant to inundation.
So this really informs how they farm. Got it.
Land in Palau isn't just something you walk on. It's something you inherit, something you cultivate, something that connects generations. For these Palauans, sustaining their land means sustaining the legacy of their ancestors. But where'd my main man go? Chris? Oh, there he is. As they say in Moana, consider the coconut, consider its tree. Each aspect of the coconut tree provides food, shelter, and are used as traditional tools.
What do we call it in the Pacific? The tree of life. Right? Because you have water, food, and everything. It's so important to our culture, and it's really important to the island.
But this beloved icon is under attack by the vicious coconut rhinoceros beetle.
So when it comes up, they eat, and they make a hole. So as the leaf unfurls, it shows that origami cut.
Their relentless appetite endangers these trees, these historic pillars of life on Palau. The CRA team has combated this threat for 5 years through an unexpected alliance. Because the beetle lacks natural predators, the team engineered a virus to help slow down their population growth. Our team got the chance to unveil the research, dissecting beetles and testing samples. This isn't a particularly glamorous process, but it's still fascinating to see how scientific innovation preserves Palau's heritage. Anyway, back to business. Chris shows me the jungle of plants surrounding the campus, explaining how CRE blends traditional medicinal knowledge with modern medical practices.
One of our most important medicinal plants, which is ongal. This plant was used in almost all the decoction in Palau as an energy tonic and something to promote metabolism.
This leaf, historically used by Palauans to boost blood flow, was critical in combating a recent epidemic.
Diabetes was never a big issue 20 or 30 years ago because our diet was very local and our bodies were set up to metabolize those local foods. And now it's one of the major diseases on the island. And we thought something that increased metabolism would be something that would be really good for a metabolic disorder. It worked, and Palauans were using it, which is probably one of the most important things when developing a product, because our job is promoting the use of the land for production for health.
Palau's devotion to protecting nature doesn't just stop by carrying on traditions, nor at searching only for new solutions. Palauans look to both the past and the future for knowledge, a harmony which has brought them to the forefront of environmental conservation worldwide. They are constantly innovating and adapting, but they never forget the ancestral wisdom that has safeguarded the island through the ages. What we learned in Palau came full circle back in Taipei. We wanted to help our own community learn from Palau's unique philosophy of honoring the past while embracing the future. On Earth Day, we hosted an interactive cross-divisional showcase at our school. We invited Elle to share insights from their science projects and had the honor of welcoming Madame Janet Ebil Arugam, the Education and Culture Attaché from the Palau Embassy in Taiwan, to speak as well. I came here to see the land, the sea, and the reefs, but what I'll carry with me is the people. They didn't just inform me about the threats against coral reefs and taro farming, they helped me realize why they really mattered. Q's passion for protecting his waters, L&M's dedication to the heritage of taro farming, Chris's mission to adapt ancient solutions to solve modern health problems. These insights can't be found in the dry ink of a textbook or in the flat pixels of a screen. If we're serious about healing our planet, we need to be humble enough to learn from communities who have been living sustainably for generations. Every place has its own wisdom. We just have to be open enough to listen.